the ATL we go. Battle of the two Tonys, Sperano, the Dolphins, and the new acquisition for Atlanta, future Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez. One had a pretty special day. Roddy White on 3rd and 11 gets this pass from Matty Ice, as they say. 5 catches, 42 yards for Roddy White. 4 plays later, here's Tony Gonzalez making the catch.
That's what they brought him in.
Year after year after year, he makes plays like this.
Laying out over the middle.
If he can work the middle of that zone right there, it's going to be a great year for the Falcons.
Next play, holy Obi Mahaley, Batman.
Obi, you can catch?
Look, is that a version of a Dirty Bird?
What was that?
It's the Falcon.
That was a Falcon?
Yeah, that's the Falcon.
Oh, my God, it looked like a raptor. After exchanging punts, Greg Camarillo on 3rd and 3. It's whistled dead and incomplete. Therefore, Camarillo couldn't get up and run. But Tony Sperano wants this looked at again, because this is indeed catch. Ball never hits the ground.
Shoulder, thigh throw.
So the Dolphins get a fresh set of downs again in a game where they really couldn't get any
good challenge.
So that was a good challenge by Tony Sperano, and then there's Ronnie Brown back to Chad Pennington. You can't sleep on Joey Hanos, everybody.
A lot of fun, fancy stuff for the Miami Dolphins.
16 yards. 2 plays later, the more conventional pass to the tight end Anthony Fasano, and Mike Peterson levels him in his first game as a Falcon. He was quite a factor. The news with Brian Williams right here. 53 yards down to the 31.
Make the play, Chad. Make the play.
Such a big hit, I think we need to listen to.
Let's listen.
Let's listen.
Peterson puts his helmet on the ball.
Led to a Jason Elam field goal, 10-0. Third quarter we go. 9th play of the Dolphins drive. They're on the plus side of the field trying to get some sort of points. And there's Mike Peterson again.
That's the way to play your zone defense and get to your spot.
39-yard return down to the Miami 20. 3 plays later, Ryan to Gonzalez, who makes the Hall of Fame play. I mean, look at this move, too.
Great job, Tony.
Great blocking there, Roddy.
First tight end to go 11,000 yards.
His
from
teammates,
Cal Bear.
And his teammates mobbed him before he couldn't dunk over the goalpost. Yeah, Tony Sperano was sighing a lot, but this is just a 2-possession game because it was a missed field goal. This was the final nail, though, as Fasano fumbled again. And the Dolphins, who had only 13 turnovers all last year, tying an NFL record last year, had 4 in Game 1 of 2009.
The Colts and the Dolphins. Dolphins trying to avoid an 0-2 start for the 4th straight year. Peyton Manning and the Colts heading back to Landshark Stadium for the first time since they won Super Bowl 41 versus the Bears. It is Peyton Manning to Dallas Clark over the middle, 80 yards. First play from scrimmage, not bad way to open up the game, huh, guys?
Yeah, that's the way you get it done. You know, just set a tone and get things going. Little did they know they wouldn't have the ball all that often all night. They better capitalize.
Yeah, and Manning's golf buddy, Tiger Woods, on the sidelines. He likes what he sees. Colts on top, 7-0. Wildcat back, head coach Mike Martz.
Well, it is back. They used it very effectively in this game. Many different formations with it. You know, lead plays, power plays, keepers up inside, belly plays. Solid football, but using that extra play in the Wildcat.
Ronnie Brown runs right over Antoine Bethea to tie the game at 7. Second quarter, Dolphins up 13-10. Manning, and how about the play of the young rookie, Donald Brown from UConn? 24 yards here. And 2 plays later on a 2nd and 15, it's Manning looking for his number 1 receiver in Reggie Wayne. Great play by Jabril Wilson. Or was it, Charles?
Well, you know, this is quickly becoming the Tuck rule in terms of 2009. Is it a catch? Is it not a catch? But by the letter of the law there, you have to possess the ball all the way through the play. In other words, going to the ground with the ball, he didn't have it. Incomplete pass.
So the call was reversed, and it's Manning on a 3rd and 10 to Dallas Clark for 20 yards. Adam Vinatieri had knocked in a field goal. We were tied up at 13 at the break. More Wildcat. Ronnie Brown had 62 yards of his 136 rushing yards off the Wildcat. And now Patrick Cobbs getting into the mix.
A whoop whoop there.
What do you call that, Coach?
Whoop whoop.
I like it. Jim Caldwell, I'm not sure if that's what he's calling it. 4th quarter, Dolphins still driving on a 3rd and 1. It's Brown. He's in for the touchdown. And Miami just dominating in the time of possession, keeping Peyton Manning and the Colts offense off the field. But the little time that the Colts offense was on the field, they were incredibly effective.
They don't like to waste time. You know, when they get the ball, they want to make sure they get it downfield and in big chunks.
And how about Brown? Right through Jabril Wilson for a touchdown. Game's tied up at 20. So the Dolphins come right back. And on a 3rd and 5 from their own 45, it's Pennington to Ted Ginn Jr. Remember, the Dolphin fans booed when this young man was selected 9th overall a few years ago. But he is starting to show signs of promise. It's Pennington to Ginn for 21 yards. Led to a field goal and a 23-20 Miami lead. But here come the Colts. It is Manning to Reggie Wayne for 15 yards. And on the very next play, what a game for Dallas Clark. 7 receptions, 183 yards. A record night for Clark. 4th most yards for a tight end in NFL history. And how about Pierre Garçon? Garçon, the little giddy-up.
Garçon does have the whoop-whoop there, doesn't he?
The second-year player from Mount Union. He goes 48 yards for the touchdown. Colts on top, 27-23. All right, so can the Dolphins rally here? Some clock management issues on this final drive. Head coach Tony Sparano said they had some personnel issues, but it's Pennington to Ginn there. And then Pennington now steps up in the pocket to Devon Bessa, 18. So they're moving the ball, Charles.
Yeah, and Pennington is doing a nice job finding the receivers and converting big plays on long-distance downs.
Steps up here, Ted Ginn. Oh! But he can't hang on.
Had a chance there, didn't he?
Yes, he did. But look at the coverage in the end zone. Ooh. He does make a play on the football.
All right, 2 plays later on a 4th and 10. Game right here if Pennington can't convert, but he comes right back again for a gain of 12. So there are 6 seconds left. Final play of the game now from the 30, and the Dolphins, they need a little magic. But Antoine Bethea is there to rip it down. The first and only interception of the ball game. Peyton Manning, you saw him there with the baseball hat. He had it on for most of the game because the Colts offense was on the sidelines for basically 3 quarters in this one. Miami owned the time of possession battle, 45 minutes and 7 seconds. But Manning made it count when he had it. 303 yards through the air and 2 touchdowns. And the Colts are 2-0. They win at 27-23. Miami and San Diego. And Joey Porter doing what he does well.
Talk it, Joey. But Joey can talk it and walk it.
Marcus McNeil taking it all in first quarter. Dolphins opening possession. Ronnie Brown here for an 8-yard gain. So it's set up to 2nd and 2, and Ronnie Brown picks up 8 more yards.
Seems like their game plan. They're going to chew clock and run a little wildcat and all that stuff to keep Phillip Rivers off the field like they did last week with Peyton Manning.
So here we go with the wildcat. It's Brown for 12 yards and a 1st and 10 at the 23. The only issue with that, Coach, they didn't get the win against Peyton Manning and the Colts.
Yeah, it was close.
So Brown now 7 more yards down to the Chargers. 5, 2 plays later. 15th play of the drive. Pennington is level.
That's going to leave a mark.
It did.
1st and goal, 17th play of the drive. Now 3rd and goal.
This can't happen. No. The ball handling, an exchange between the back and the quarterback can't happen.
Justin Smiley recovers it out of the end zone. Touchback. So shoot up 9 minutes of the clock. 17 plays. And they get nothing. 3rd quarter now. Game tied at 3. Pennington hit hard by Kevin Burnett. And that would be it. Out of the game with a right shoulder injury. So here comes Chad Henne. He was the number 3 quarterback. And on his first pass attempt, it is Henne under duress from Mr. Burnett.
You got to block that A gap. That's a blitz in the A gap. One of the guards, you got to come down and get him.
All right, Dolphins got a field goal, 6-3. How about Phillip Rivers, though, on the ensuing Chargers possession? It's Rivers to Malcolm Floyd.
Those are nice deep ball, Coach.
And
Week in and week out. Yeah,
they chuck it down there 6 or 7 times a game.
Great concentration by Floyd here. 47 yards on the play. He had 65 on the day. Very next play. It is Rivers to Sproles.
Everybody wants the trick.
Up top to the big fella, Antonio Gates.
They go north because their tricks, they get it back to the quarterback and allow him to make the play.
3 plays later, 3rd and goal. It's Rivers.
He can do it.
Quarterbacks do this today.
Thing, baby.
It took a while, but he got there.
5 yards. Chargers back on top, 10-6. 4th quarter now. And Vincent Jackson has had a couple of real nice back-to-back games. 55 yards there, that deep ball you were just talking about, Brian.
844, Mooch. That was the call, baby.
120 receiving yards for Jackson. Nate Canning tacked on another field goal, 13-6. Henny, gone. Eric Weddle,
See ya.
31 yards. And so the Chargers go on to win it 23-13. Chad Pennington and the Dolphins find themselves 0-3.
The 14th different starting quarterback for the Dolphins since Dan Marino retired. That's Chad Henne.
They need a Michigan guy.
That's right. You're not lying. Marshawn Lynch back from suspension. First play of the game, Terrell Owens caught it.
Yeah, get him the ball. Too late now. The streak is over. Streak is over.
Well, he's caught a catch in one straight game. Second quarter, down 3-0. Trent Edwards picks.
He was looking that way all the way, and the DB read it easily.
Vontae Davis being that DB, his first career interception is for 6. Next possession for the Bills, throw to Terrell Owens.
Make a play. You got to make a play.
They threw 7 times for me, caught 3 for 60 yards. Led to the first points of the game for the Bills. It's 10-3. Dolphins' next drive, we got a Wildcat situation. Ronnie Brown, 38 yards.
The Wildcat has been more productive than their regular offense.
4 plays later, 4th and goal. Tony Sparrow's got sunglasses. He's chewing gum. He says, go for it. Ronnie Brown does.
That was easy.
The Miami Dolphins outrushed Buffalo 250 yards to 46.
Man.
As for Chad Henne. Oh, J-Lo.
Go ahead, J-Lo. Everybody owns that team.
Go on with your bad self, J-Lo.
Except for me and you, Coach.
Chad Henne. How do you play? Michigan and Ohio State can play well together, Steve. It's Brian Hartline. 12 yards. 4 plays later, Henne to Greg Camarillo. I like saying that name.
Say it again.
Camarillo for 3 yards. 8 plays later, here's Henne to Hartline. First touchdowns
nice ball
for both in their careers.
Threw it off balance, up over the top of the defender. Beautiful play by the Wolverine.
And then the Miami Dolphin defense took care of the rest. Jason Taylor with one of the 6 sacks on the day of Trent Edwards. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back.
And then 2 plays later, Taylor with another of the 6 sacks.
This is the
balloon on the field
that we were expecting to show up at the beginning.
That's the type of game it was. We're noticing balloons on the field. I don't know if T.O. caught that one.
I mean, we're a couple of plays from being, 3-1 or, 4-0. So, we just, again, we just got to execute as a team. And obviously we haven't done that. And we need to do it in every phase of the game.
There were 5 lead changes in this bad boy. Braylon Edwards showing up for work with his brand new team. The Jets had traded for him early on last week, and Edwards warming up. He started in this ball game, and so did Ronnie Brown. We know what this is all about, Charles.
You keep hearing people say, hey, we think we know how to stop or slow down the Wildcat. Not the Dolphins version.
21 yards to Anthony Fasano, and on the next play, it's Ricky Williams, 18 yards down to the Jets' 27. It's Brown. Gets in from the 1-yard line. So the Dolphins open up with an 80-yard scoring drive on the opening drive. Hey, what about the Jets? A little trickery, a fake punt. Stephen Weatherford keeps it for a 26-yard gain down to the Miami 40. 4 plays later on a 3rd and goal, it is Sanchez to his new toy, Braylon Edwards. Nice pass, and the game is tied up at 7.
What a great catch, too, by Braylon Edwards. You always hear about the drops. Not his first one as the Jet.
All right, but here come the Dolphins. Chad Henne, you know what? Big night for him. Making his 2nd career start. Dumps it off to Ricky Williams, and Williams cuts it back. 59 yards. Darrelle Revis there to save a touchdown. Dan Carpenter tacked on a 35-yard field goal, put the Dolphins on top 10-7. Second quarter now, same score, and it's Mark Sanchez stepping up, avoiding pressure. Nice grab by Braylon Edwards.
Really nice catch by Edwards, right in the danger zone, right in the middle of the field where you expect to get whacked. He went up and snatched it out of the air.
Rex Ryan, the gambler. We already saw a fake punt now on a 4th and 3. Brad Smith keeps the ball on the fake and gets the first down. And led to a Jay Feely field goal. It was 13-10. Jets at the break. All right, 3rd quarter, more from Ricky Williams over Jim Leonard. A 15-yard gain. 4th quarter, same drive. 5 plays later, 2nd and goal now. It is Henne. Or check that. It is Sanchez deep downfield to David Clowney down to Miami 24. And now Sanchez to Edwards again. And this is why they got him. Just put it up there and see if he can make a grab.
And they called it a touchdown initially on the field. It was overturned on challenge, and they end up putting it inside the 1 yard line. But what a terrific catch. Gets both feet down in bounds and possesses it all the way to the ground.
All right, no worries. Here comes Thomas Jones, who runs it right up the middle and twists in. Jets on top 20-17. Edwards says, yeah, that's why they got me.
When you're a Jet, you're a Jet.
But how about Henny? Calm and poised to Fasano for 14 yards to the 47 on the very next play. Play action. I mean, steps up, has all day, and has the arm, Charles.
Big league arm. There was never any question about that, about Chad Henne coming out of Michigan. They like his makeup, and tonight, don't think for a second he wasn't competing a little bit against the hype of Mark Sanchez, too.
53 yards to Ted Ginn Jr. How about Sanchez to Edwards? And it looks like a pass interference call will be made. Will Allen draped all over him.
Got the inside arm that he took away a little bit before the ball got there, but still, Edwards had a chance to haul that one in.
All right, here comes Thomas Jones again, right up the middle. So the Jets on top 27-24. One of the 5 lead changes in this ball game. Dolphins, though, get it right back. And it's the 7th play of the drive here on a 3rd and 5.
Oh, that's pretty. Did you see the ball placement on that one, Fran?
Greg Camarillo right there for a first down. Henne now rolls out, stops, plants, fires. It's Camarillo again for a first down inside the 5. All right, 10 seconds left. It's Ricky Williams running away on the fake, and Ronnie Brown keeps it. Dolphins on top, 31-27 with 6 seconds left. And Tony Sparano's team wins for the 2nd straight week, 31-27 over the Jets. They have scored 69 points in their last 2 games after drumming the Buffalo Bills back in week 4.
Game of the day, quite frankly. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. A lot of people thought that this would be, without question, the game in which there would be an upset. This would be the Saints' first loss of the year, and Drew Brees got picked early on in this game by Tyrone Culver. That led to a Ricky Williams touchdown, and that's what the Saints what the Dolphins wanted to do is get out early on the New Orleans Saints, and that's exactly what they did. 7-3, Ricky Williams running downhill.
The speed he still has. Nobody's going to catch this guy, and he's up there in age, and he has 3 touchdowns today and really jumped out in front early on the Saints.
So it's a 14-3 lead. The Miami Dolphins are on top, and then in the second quarter, with it being 17-3, Drew Brees throws another interception, and coming into this game as Reggie Torbor collects the tip drill. Coming into this game, the Saints 1-13 in games in which Brees throws at least 2 interceptions, and then Ronnie Brown turns that pick into points, 24-3.
Yeah, there's a wildcat now with Pat White in the backfield. You're going to get
Is it really a wildcat with a quarterback in, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I guess it's not really a wildcat. It's a spread offense is really what it is.
We know what that is.
Right before the half, this was a crucial sequence. It seems that as Marcus Colston gets in, but the booth buzzes down with 5 ticks to go and says that his knee is down before he gets in. I don't know.
It's where the ball is when the knee
Well, it's
is
also
down.
parsing. That's not what instant replay is
Drew
for. It's
says,
to parse things
let's
down
go
to the
for it.
frame.
Let's go for it, Coach.
But Drew Brees convinces his coach to go for it with 5 seconds to go. And that is the way the Saints got a big-time touchdown before the end of the first half. And then the third quarter, 24-10, Chad Henne is picked on the tip drill by Darren Sharper.
That was a good throw. That ball should have been caught for a completion. Here he goes again. Darren Sharper, he gets out.
Well, the ball spurts free, and there really was no good angle as Tony Sparano called through the channel flight. There really wasn't a good angle, so the place that is
cameras
called.
on the goal line, Rich.
Mike Bell, his first rush of the game came midway through the third quarter, and the fresh legs gets him on the plus side of the field. And then 7 plays later, Marcus Colston wide open in the end zone. It's a 3-point game.
They execute well. The New Orleans Saints, they're so explosive that they're never out of a game.
Next possession, Brian Hartline is off to the races, 67 yards. That was the first play of the ensuing possession, and then Ricky Williams pops one in for the 3rd touchdown of the game on the next play. And then The Saints get the ball inside the Dolphins' territory, and then Reggie Bush does what he does.
Get up, Reggie.
Get in.
Leaps into the end zone from the 5-yard line.
That's a
Ball's
nice
got to get inside the pylon. That's going to be a little fun.
34-31, Drew Brees finds Jeremy Shockey with 10 minutes to go. They're in the red zone again. Then Brees calls his own number again, and he has ups.
Sanchez did it. He had to do it today.
See a quarterback get up like that.
4th and 13, last chance for the Dolphins.
play.
Chad Henne is
Terrible
picked
play.
by Tracy Porter. Another one taken to the house of the Saints. Defense contributes 2 touchdowns in a day in which Drew Brees was not protected. He had 3 interceptions as well as being sacked 5 times. All right, let's go to the Meadowlands.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
You know the blood is not good between these two teams.
Oh, you knew Joey was going to stir it up a little bit.
Didn't you say that?
Oh, you knew it. You knew it.
Terry Rhodes.
Tried you,
Fired
Joey.
up. Tight ends are even getting into
Try
it.
Joey like that.
Wow.
Joey Porter is a
This
nut.
game was tied at 3 in the 3rd quarter, but don't let that scoreboard fool you. It wouldn't stay that way for long. Thomas Jones with an 11-yard gain. Paul Pasqualoni watching Jay Feely trot out for a 55-yard field goal attempt, and it is good.
Down the middle, Rick.
Jets are on top 6-3 for Rex Ryan's crew. He loves it until they kicked off.
Yeah, we only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons.
Ted Ginn from the end zone. It is a 100-yard return coming off a week in which he was benched during practice. Former old Dolphins were bagging on Ginn in the press. And he's got the Dolphins on top 10-6. Next possession for the Jets. Sean Green stripped. Jason Taylor picks it up. And Rex Ryan cannot believe it. A kickoff return and a defensive return has his team down 17-6. And in the ensuing possession, Devon Bess muffs the punt. Tony Sperano's now not happy with his special teams. He would be later. 5 plays later, Mark Sanchez.
Oh, wow. Hey.
I would say he was hot dogging, but 17-13, the Dolphins on top. Nobody saw Sanchez.
Nice sell.
Look at this.
Well done. That's a good play call.
Great play call.
But the Jets have to kick off. And Mike Westhoff saying, look, this is what you do when Ted Ginn gets the ball. You need to cover. And it doesn't work.
See, this normally doesn't happen. See, I missed 1, missed 2. Never. Missed. Oh, he's gone. He's over. Yeah. Because he can fly.
The first player in NFL history with 2 kickoff returns of 100 yards or more in the same game, Ted Ginn Jr. Dolphins on top 24-13, but this game was not done by a long shot.
Oh, look at this play. Now, this is what he's great at now. He gets, people get on him about playing wide receiver, but he's a great return man.
Jets next possession, first play of Jericho Cotchery. 53-yard gain, longest pass play of Sanchez's young career.
Good job by Mark extending the play and creating and finding the open man.
2 plays later, Sanchez, Braylon Edwards.
Nice.
Get it in!
The ball comes loose, but the official says that Braylon had crossed the goal line before it comes loose. Jets make it a 1-possession game again.
He's a strong man. He's going to pull both of these guys over the goal line with him.
5-point game, Jets go for 2. Don't get it. 4th quarter we go. Dolphins next possession. Well, it's the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 2. Ronnie Brown, Wildcat, was one of the first positive plays that the Wildcat had against the Jets on this day. The Jets had bottled it up until that point. 4 plays later, Chad Henne to Devon Bess appears to fumble, but to be honest, the replay wasn't called up in the production truck fast enough. The Dolphins
That was a fumble.
The Dolphins got the playoff before the replay was even shown on television, so the Jets didn't challenge it, and it paid off for the Dolphins.
And he does best. He throws very well on the run.
Joey Haynes makes it a 30-19 game. Dolphins go for 2. Don't get it. Jets next possession. Sanchez to Braylon Edwards over the middle, 20 yards. 2 plays later. Remember, this was a 3-3 game at the half. Sanchez to Dustin Keller. Touchdown, Jets.
Great catch. Great fingertip kick. And a great route.
Jets go for 2 now. Jets go for 2 to try to make it a 1-field-goal game. And Sanchez converts to Wallace right, but there's a flag on the play. Jets called for an illegal shift.
Let's do it again.
Rex Ryan cannot believe it. He thought he had it within one field goal. Now it's a two-pointer from the 7, and Sanchez doesn't convert. 30-25. That would rear its ugly head for the Jets later on. Next possession, 3:03 left in the game. Sanchez to Jericho Cotchery. 12 yards first down. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10 from Miami 39. Thomas Jones rushing up the middle.
These are the 2 best rushing teams in the National Football League.
4 plays later, it's 4th and 10. Last chance saloon for the Jets. And Sanchez can't find anybody until he throws it up for Dustin Keller, makes a play.
Oh, what a play. What a play. Way to keep that play alive. Way to find the receiver and give him an opportunity to make a play. Dustin Keller makes this
over
play.
the top of the linebacker. Good trajectory on the ball. Excellent catch.
Dustin time, you might say.
Dustin time.
3 plays later, Sanchez is sacked, though, by Randy Starks, who had a big game for the Dolphins. It's 4th down again. Sanchez trying to extend the play again. This time, though, it doesn't work. And the Dolphins hold on to sweep the Jets. First time that's happened since 2003. And the Dolphins resurrect their season again. The Jets had 2 chances to put a nail in the Dolphins' coffin. 1 nail, perhaps not the final one, but Ted Ginn and the Dolphins come off the mat again to sweep the Jets. A very bitter pill for Rex Ryan to swallow. NFL Game Day Final presented by KFC takes us to New England, where the term natural hate was injected into the NFL lexicon this week.
Is that like a natural high?
Probably so.
It's the opposite.
Natural hate.
Natural hate.
I've
That
never
Joey Porter
naturally
says he
hated
has for the
anything.
New England Patriots. Brady going to Moss, who's covered by a rookie who wins this battle.
Yeah, Vontae Davis, he's going to be a good one, Prime. He won the first battle. They tried to get him early in the game. He won.
What a pick for Tom Brady.
No, that's great.
By the rookie.
Great ball skills.
On Randy Moss. Not a silent. What a big W that was. However, he won the battle, but not the war.
That is a war.
7 plays in the ensuing Dolphins possession. Tully Banta Kane hits Chad Henne. Dalius Thomas.
You won't catch it. Look at the high step with the big fella. Holding that thing in one. You
He's got to put that ball away.
5 points of pressure, coach.
Tony Sperano, though, has got a red flag, and he doesn't care about unk or 5 points of pressure. He cares that the arm was moving forward, and that's ruled incomplete. And so the Dolphins get the ball back and get a field goal out of it. It's 3-0. Tom Brady goes back to the rookie, and Randy Moss wins that battle.
This time the veteran wins. He doesn't play the ball. One-handed catch. Gets him down on the 1.
Down to the 1. Lawrence Maroney takes it in from there to put the Patriots up 7-3. Second quarter. It's the Wild Pats. Pat White.
Nice.
Direct snap.
An option. Oh, boy.
It's like it's West Virginia.
He says, I'm not pitching this.
Only Rich Rod could do that now. To the Patriots 45. 4 plays later. It's the Wild Pat.
Not again.
Pitching it like it's Austin, Texas. To Ricky Williams. Touchdown. Ties the game at 10. Throwing the kitchen sink and B squared there in New England. Third quarter. Dolphins down 16-10. Sperano's upset. He's just firing up the troops to go for it on 4th and 1 around midfield. And Lusaka Polite.
Really?
Gets it. Yeah, 3 plays later, Chad Henne on 3rd and 1 to Greg Camarillo.
Oh, nice. I like Camarillo.
4 plays later, 1st and goal from the 2. And yeah, Bill, they're going to bust out the Wildcat again. Ronnie Brown, direct snappage. They sniffed that one out.
Oh, yeah.
Next play, Ronnie Brown, more direct snappage. Sniffed that one out.
Pat Reed by the tailback.
3rd and goal from the 1. Ronnie Brown, direct snappage. He's not running it.
Oh,
Heno!
Oh, boy. You know, now your goal line defense has to work against all that Wildcat stuff.
Joey Heno's 16-play, 10-minute drive that capped off, and the Dolphins take a 1-point lead, but the Patriots don't dink and dunk. Nice. They just go right down the field to Randy Moss.
That stiff arm. They caught him in man-to-man, and Vontae Davis didn't make the play this time either.
Stiff arms the rookie. 3 plays, 80 yards, and $136 to take the lead right back. Randy Moss, by the way, had the same number of yards as Mike Sims-Walker, who complained he wasn't in the highlight with the Jaguars on Twitter.
Oh, no.
So if you can make it up for me on Let's Go Prime Time,
I try
I appreciate
my
it.
best.
As for this game, 4th and 15 with a few minutes to go, and Ted Ginn.
Oh, that's not his fault. You can't give him a drop ball on that.
maybe they will.
Well, Dolphin fans probably will, as the Patriots smite the Wildcat 27-17. South Florida, Raheem Morris trying to make it 2 wins in a row. 2 wins in a row. Tony Sperano, chewing gum, needing to win. First quarter, Dolphins down 3-0. We've got a Wildcat
again
already.
Ronnie Brown.
Got to make that tackle coming off.
Oh boy, here he goes.
45-yard scamper.
And he had a great block downfield.
Down to the Bucs 16, 4 plays later, knocking on the door, and who busts it down but Ronnie Brown. That rhymes.
Well, that's just kind of
Snoop rubbed off on you, huh, Rich?
And we're showing my street cred's through the roof.
Oh, boy.
The extra point is blocked. That, obviously, we show for a reason. Second quarter, Tampa's down 9-6 from his own end zone. Josh Freeman trying to win his second consecutive start. For Michael Clayton, and some reason, Jason Taylor's now got the ball, running into the end zone.
What's really going on?
Well, the officials huddle up and come out and say it's incomplete pass, but the booth buzzes down, says let's take a look at it.
Yeah, all right, make the call, Tony.
Ball never hits the ground, and because Clayton rolls over Jeremiah Bell, the ball is still in play when Taylor comes up with it. So Tony Carney comes out from the curtain and says it is not a touchdown, it's Dolphins ball.
That's the thing.
But it's not a touchdown. And Raheem Morris
doesn't like that call.
He picks up a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which pushes the Dolphins closer to the end zone that they would eventually breach.
Oh, yeah.
And who's the one who's running it in the end zone? But Corey Sperry with the catch. He was signed for the practice squad. He's a factor.
Keep him.
It's 19-9. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ronnie Brown takes the handoff, and he would be hurt on the play. X-rays are negative, but he left the game on crutches, and with the short week, you have to wonder if he'll be ready for Carolina on Thursday night. As for this game, still had to deal with Sunday. First play of the fourth quarter, Freeman and Maurice Stovall.
Beautiful ball, Coach. Great throw.
2 games in a row for the rookie. Very well done, Josh.
19-16. It's 22-16. Less than 2 minutes to go. Chad Henne needs to just get a first down or two. Instead, he throws it to Quincy Black. Bucs get the ball deep in the Dolphins territory with 1:19 to go. Cadillac Williams puts the Bucs on top by 1. That's the 1 point the Dolphins could have used from the extra point before.
Remember that feeling, Raheem. Remember that.
Can they get 2 in a row
here? Here comes Chad Henne. Lots of time left on the clock.
Oh, boy, what a great... Thread the needle.
To Devon Bress, 16 yards, 23 ticks left to go. Ricky Williams from the Tampa 34. 27 yards for number 34. 14 ticks to go. Here comes Dan Carpenter, 25 yards away for the win, and he got it. Miami up, then they're not. Back up again. I am Rich Eisen, joined by Steve Mariucci, Deion Sanders, and Marshall Faulk. For the second straight week, the NFL Network game came to an end in the end zone with no time left on the clock. Joey Porter, after a one-game absence,
is well rested.
He is well rested.
Showed up to play. That's a man
Steve
right
Smith
there.
showing off about, I guess, a fender bender he got into in a game.
He was okay.
He was okay, as shown on just the second play of the opening drive. Steve Smith from Jake Delhomme, 10 yards, as Smith was chewing up the youngsters on the edges in the secondary for the Miami Dolphins. But Joey Porter bags himself some Delhomme to stop the drive.
That sequence of plays in the red zone for the Carolina Panthers ended in a sack by Joey Porter.
They had to settle for a field goal, 3-0, and it turned out to be one of the best drives of the game for Carolina. 4 possessions later for the Dolphins, midway through the second quarter. Here's Brian Hartline from Chad Henne in Michigan to Ohio State week right there. 4 plays later, 3rd and 16 from the Carolina 33, and Lex Hilliard picks it up with Ronnie Brown out of the mix. His first career carry, Lex Hilliard, with a huge first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9. Henne to Ricky Williams, who eludes Niall Diggs, and he's in the end zone.
Great
Touchdown
route by Ricky Williams. He's not only can run out of the backfield, but he can catch as well.
Dolphins up 7-3, and then the next possession after a 3-and-out by Carolina facing 3rd and 6. The Henne to Devon Bess, who is a chain-moving machine tonight, moves the chains with a nice grab on 3rd down. And then 4 plays later, 2nd and goal at the 1. Ricky with his first career game with a receiving and rushing touchdown. Dolphins up 14-3 at the half, third quarter, first possession of the second half for the Carolina Panthers. And here is D'Angelo Williams running through a hole and gone for 50 yards.
Great blocking by Steve Smith right there.
Boy, this kid is explosive. I mean, you put the ball in his hands, and short run turns to long gains.
3 plays later, 3rd and 3. Jake Delhomme wants to snap the ball, but the umpire standing over the ball. He wanted to snap it because the Dolphins were changing personnel. He wanted to catch him with too many men on the field, so the umpire then backs off the ball. Jake Delhomme then gets the snap and then throws an interception.
Thank you.
Too deep man under, and he just didn't get over the trailing defender.
Don't make excuses.
Why is the umpire standing over the ball real quick?
That's good mechanics by the officiating. Good mechanics. Let him substitute, yes.
14-3, Jake Delhomme back at it. Here's D'Angelo Williams underneath, makes the edge. Nice play right there. And Steve Smith with a great block of Channing Crowder. 5 plays later, we're in the fourth quarter. 3rd and goal from the 8. Delhomme sacked by Randy Starks. 4 sacks in the night for the Dolphins defense. Panthers forced to settle for another field goal. It's 14-6 now. 6 minutes to go. Panthers have the ball back. Jake Delhomme scrambles up the middle.
Do it yourself, Jake.
To the Miami 37. 3 plays and a pass interference later. It's 2nd and 5 for the Miami 27, and Delhomme up top to Steve Smith. Nice grab. One-handed corral in the end zone. Touchdown.
And that's what you want to see from Jake Delhomme. Him hooking up with Steve Smith. Great play.
D'Angelo Williams converts on the 2-point conversion. It's just a 1 field goal game with 5 minutes and change to go. Dolphins, can they go 3 and out? The Panthers have them right where they want them. 3rd play on 3rd and 12. And Chad Henne extends the play and finds Devon Best for a huge first down.
Hey, if you're the Carolina Panthers right there, you just have to blame it on the Henne.
Put on the Henne.
6 receptions for 66 yards for Best, and then the next play, Ricky's running free and wild, 46 yards and gone.
Just a 9-man front, and he pops into the second level, and see ya. He's hard to tackle, especially if you try to tackle him high.
Panthers are stunned. What do you think of Ricky Williams running in place of Ronnie Brown, 119 yards and 3 touchdowns?
This is exactly what they needed. The thing that I like about it, Bill Parcells went to him and said, trust the guys in front of you, and we saw that. The patience from Ricky Williams, man, he did a great job.
But the Dolphins had to give the ball back. The Panthers used their remaining timeouts. Lex Hilliard is stopped on 3rd down, 39 ticks to go. Can Jake Delhomme pull off the miracle? First play with 39 ticks to go. Delhomme over the middle, out of timeouts. Beautiful. Gary Barnidge with a 29-yard gain to the Miami 43. They have to run up and clock it. They do just that. 20 ticks to go from the Miami 43. Delhomme to Barnidge again, 17 yards. Have to get up to the 26 and clock it. The Panthers do just that with 6 seconds to go. One last shot at the end zone from the 26. Delhomme, pressure with just 4-man rush. He's got to put it up. And he's knocked down by Tyrone Culver. And that's the way the Miami Dolphins hold on to win and officially dig themselves out of an 0-3 hole to start the season to even their record after 10 games at 5-5. Carolina had a similar opportunity tonight, could not do it, as Jake Delhomme hummed it around the yard for 42 attempts. That's the second most attempts on the year for Delhomme. D'Angelo Williams with 13 rushes, 122 yards. That led the Carolina offensive effort, but it was all about Ricky Williams. And on 3rd down, Chad Henne converted out of his skull. Go to Western New York. Perry Fuel's home debut as the interim head coach of the Buffalo Bills, taking on Tony Sparano's Dolphins, winners in 5 of the last 7 because of the efficiency of the Wildcat.
That's not smart.
Not the case inside the 5-yard line here.
Not the way you want to get started.
That's not smart. That's not a smart play.
Well, it's a tendency breaker, which we know the Dolphins like to do out of the Wildcats, since that's Ricky's first attempted pass since 2000 when he was a Master P client.
And it'll be his last.
Ryan Fitzpatrick picking up the first down with the Bills down 7-0.
He can run
more. Touchdown. Big guy, the Harvard man can run. 3rd quarter, it's 7-all. Chad Henne escapes the pocket, finds Brian Hartline of Ohio State University.
Let this guy do your throwing.
And I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
He wasn't touched.
It's great heads-up play.
That's smart.
So the Dolphins turn on their Hartline.
Wildcat.
2 plays later. This is the way you run the Wildcat.
Do that.
They run it. Smash mouth.
27 rushes, 115 yards, and a touchdown for Ricky. Perry Fuel decides to go for it on 4th and 1.
Why not?
And it works with Fitzpatrick rolling out, picking up the first down.
Just runs.
Let's go to the 4th quarter when the drive continues. Luke is trying to fire everyone up.
He said, let's go.
Get him going, T.O.
Let's go. Give me the ball and then good things happen.
Dion provided the soundtrack there. 4th quarter, Ron Fitzpatrick to Fred Jackson. Down to the 2. Allow Fred Jackson to set up. Fred Jackson.
One of the best players on the team. Mr. Reliable.
13-play drive to tie the game at 14 for the Buffalo Bills. Later in the 4th quarter, under 5 minutes to go, 3rd and 18. Fitzpatrick picks up half of it with Marshawn Lynch, and that's crucial because it gives Ryan Lindell maybe a chance to hit it from 54 yards out with the wind behind him. Perry Fuel decides to go for it.
Why not?
It works. It doesn't work, then the Dolphins get great field position. Instead, the Bills now lead by 3. Tony Sperano's team has to come up the field and get a game-time field goal or even better, except they get neither.
Pressure on the quarterback, throws it up like a duck.
Drayton Florence picks off Chad Henne. 4 turnovers the Bills got in the game. Next play, you run up the clock, right? Make sure that they chew time
not
up.
when you have T. You can't run up on T.O. and bump him like that young fella.
No safety help over the top.
51-yard score just when you thought the Bills might play it safe. The cagey Perry Fuel gets it done. The Bills win 31-14. T.O. afterwards with our Kara Henderson.
T.O., why has this offense, and you in particular, emerged so well over the last 2 weeks?
Well, you know what? Coach Fuel has done a great job with his 2 weeks as head coach. He's created some type of new energy that we have, and every day, you know, I'm not doing anything different. Just going out every day, practicing hard, and with Coach Fuel's energy, we're coming out and we're playing hard.
With everything that's gone on, do you feel like this is the bounce up from rock bottom, especially coming into a short week and seeing the Jets on Thursday night?
We are definitely. We know we have the ability. Again, we've had a number of injuries throughout the course of this season. It's been tough. It's been a lot of shuffling on the line, a lot of shuffling at the quarterback position, and obviously at the head coach position too. So it's been a lot to deal with, but I think the guys are believing in what Coach Fuel is telling us, and we're going out and we're playing.
T.O. back?
I'm back. What's up, Dion? I'm back, guys.
He's back.
He's back.
And there's his back as he runs off into the Buffalo Night.
He never left.
All right, let's get to it. Tom Brady apparently had an injured finger from practice this week, but I'll tell you what, that finger and everything else looked pretty darn good in the old Steve Grogan unis. Up top, 6th play of the game, Randy Moss.
Dolphins killer.
We've seen that before.
58 yards.
Man, he comes up big against Miami.
He had 6 touchdowns last time played there in 07.
No penalty.
And he went to the locker room though after that.
You got some medicine in there.
Aspirin.
Dolphins are down 14-0 when the other Michigan quarterback in this game finds Devon Bess.
He's good.
No, Larry King was calling the action.
Larry King?
Yeah.
The Larry King?
Yeah, he used to call Dolphins games. He was in the booth for this game. Tom Brady, over the middle, Wes Welker.
He stays open.
The king of the yak. Same score. 14-7. When on 4th and 1, guess who went for it on 4th and 1?
He goes for it on 4th.
That's his personality.
Could have had the easy field goal there, but he wanted to get touchdown.
Porter's loving it. So no points, though. I mean, it could have been 17-7. Instead, it's 14-10.
Yep.
That's not
he
who
does.
he is.
First possession of the second half, Tom Brady, 1st and 20. He goes up top to the other receiver on the other side. Sam Aiken makes a play,
Get off of me.
leaping over Sean Smith.
That's a poster. That's a fat hit.
81 yards later, it's an 11-point Patriots lead.
It's a jump ball. He wins it.
Wow.
Fat head that.
Nice. Fat head that, everybody. 21-13, Patriots are up. And they have a 4th and 1. The Dolphins decide to go for it at the Patriots 9. And Lusaka Polite picks it up. And then turn on your heart line. Touchdown. Michigan to Ohio State in the corner. 21-19. What does the chart say, Steve?
Let's go for 2.
They do go for 2, and it doesn't work, though. Doesn't work.
It's only 43% success.
4th quarter. Patriots in the red zone again. 2nd and goal.
Bad.
Another red zone trip with no points.
That was
Brady picked off by Vontae Davis.
The rookie. He plays Randy Moss pretty darn well.
2 possessions later.
Says who?
Patriots up by 2. 4 minutes to go. Brady to Wes Welker.
You gotta hit it.
Overthrew.
Gotta hit it right there, Tom.
He doesn't miss that very often.
Former Dolphin at 167 yards receiving. Patriots 4th to punt. It's 4th down. Chad Henne has to go for it with 1 timeout left. Picks it up to Greg Camarillo. 4 plays later. Minute 9 to go. Dan Carpenter for the go-ahead field goal. Got it. But they left a minute on the clock for Brady.
That's too much time for Brady.
Minute on the clock for Brady. 3 plays after that field goal. Brady has that look too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But he didn't think this was going to happen.
Throw it away. Throw it away.
Pressured. Channing Crowder picks him off. First career interception, nails it down for the Dolphins, who are now 6-6, a game behind the Patriots, who have lost 2 in a row for the first time in 3 years. As the Dolphins improved to 5-0 in December under their new head coach. It's the Patriots' first loss in their last 13 December games. The Dolphins were the last one to beat them in this month. As the Patriots, a very un-Patriot-like 1-5 on the road this season. Their only road win was all the way out in London. 2 teams that have left some people scratching heads over their up-and-down play, facing one another. Maurice Jones-Drew and the Jaguars in the 6th seed because they've won 5 in a row at home. Chad Henne and the Dolphins, after starting 0-3, have an opportunity to finally get above 500 with a win, and they're up 7-0 in the first half when Henne finds Brian Hartline for 25 yards in the 9th play of a drive. And then 13th play of the drive, it's capped off by Chad Henne running it in. Henne was 14 of 16 in the first half.
This is what he does best. Put him on the move, let him run or pass.
Jaguars' next possession, a 10-play drive that's extended when David Garrard's pass for Zach Miller draws a flag on Jabril Wilson. Sets first and goal from the 1, and you know it's time for, in that position, in Jacksonville, right?
Right.
It's time for pocket.
And now watch him drop it, Coach.
Okay.
That hurt.
Wow. You got to have quality quads and hamstrings to do that, for sure. 14-7 second half. Henne downfield finds Greg Camarillo, 23 yards. Henne had 17 straight completions at some point, set up Dan Carpenter, Noonan.
What is wrong with these field goal kickers?
No good. So it's just a 1-touchdown lead still for Sperano and crew. 3 Jaguars plays later. Garrard to Torrey Holt, 63 yards.
Double move, huh? You get that wide open.
Only a double move.
And he double moves Sean Smith and Jabril.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
But Jacksonville couldn't cash it in for a touchdown. Josh Scobie has to come on for a settling field goal. It's 14-10. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Ricky Williams fumbles for the 3rd time on the day. 3 fumbles for him. He did score a touchdown, but the 3rd fumble kept the Dolphins from adding to their 14-10 lead. 4th and 1 in their own end. They go for it to the Jaguars with 10 minutes to go, and why not just toss it out wide?
It's a good guy.
That guy. He can run outside. He can go inside.
Maurice Jones-Drew, 13-yard gain. 4 plays later, it's another 4th down. After you go for it in your own end, you're going to go for it in the Dolphins' 45 with 8 minutes to go. This one is almost picked by Jeremiah Bell, though.
That's a rat, Coach. Sits in the middle of the field, reads the quarterback eyes, and breaks on the ball.
So the Dolphins get the ball back. Chad Henne's going to take the air out of the ball, right? Well, he throws it down the field, and he throws it to Jackson.
Blame it on the Henne. On that one,
greedy
Coach.
right there. Probably had to throw that away or maybe check it down to someone else.
Derek Cox picks it off. The Jaguars, however, unable to capitalize. And with 6 and change to go in the game, Garrard tries to gets this thing thrown back in his face. Incomplete, as the Dolphins were really getting things done in this game. Certainly on defense later in the game with 1:26 to go. 4th and 2. And Randy snuffs out the quarterback draw. And the Dolphins, once 0-3, are now 7-6. Meanwhile, the Dolphins are in Tennessee. Dolphins are 7-6. Chris Johnson chasing a 2,000-yard season. Vince Young, would he be chased by the Dolphins defense? You bet he'd go. Testing out that knee that kept him out of some practices this week, and his arm looked just fine and dandy.
Nice touch over the top of the safety. Well thrown.
To Justin Gage for a 22-yard score. Titans up 7-3 midway through the first quarter. Minute to go in the first quarter. Ricky Williams an NFL record 6 years in between 1,000-yard seasons. That's like the Grover Cleveland of rushing.
Well, he took you so long, Rick.
He did take a little siesta.
Siesta. Wildcat. I like it. Induced by many things. He took a little siesta. Well, Williams unfortunately fumbled this time around. Titans recover, and 4 plays later, here comes Chris Johnson.
He is so straight.
9th straight 100-yard game. CJ2K now stands at 1,730 yards. We'll do the math. We'll try to make it easy. 270 yards for a 2,000-yard season. On 3rd and 5, just flip it out to Chris Johnson. He's chasing Marshall for an all-purpose scary record.
The lineman trying to keep up with him.
He's 257 yards away from breaking our own 2H NFL record for yards.
Don't let him do it, Marshall. Get back out there.
Did 2 plays later. Young to Justin Gage again. 17-6.
Great catch.
He got hugs all around in Tennessee.
What's that dance?
I don't know.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, you're right. Save your job twice. Now you want to hug him.
3rd quarter, Young to Nate Washington. Oh, hugs everywhere now. 24-6, Young's first career 3 passing touchdown game. But the Dolphins never say die. They're well coached, they're gritty, they're gutty. Even though Chad Henne's picked off in the end zone and had 3 turnovers inside the Titans 35, they're still down 24-9 with 9 minutes and change to go. And on 4th and 2, Joey Hanos.
I like how they use this Chad Henne. They move him around. He's very good at it.
And then 3 plays later, Williams direct snap and
go to the pylon.
And it's 24-16. It's a 1-possession game. Next possession after the Titans punt, 3rd and 7. Turn on your hotline. That's right. I'm doing Neil Diamond references. Brian Hardline tips it to himself. He keeps it out of the hands of the Titans D and into his own hands. What a play.
Great focus. Watch him focus. Coach keeps his eye on the ball and squeezes it.
Cortland Finnegan saves the touchdown.
4 plays later, it's another 4th down. 1:38 to go. This is it. Game right here. Henne rolling out. Wide open Anthony Fasano.
Play.
Now that's just the Dolphins need a 2-point conversion, and the comeback would be complete. Going Wildcat. Wildcat actually packed right in the game to Williams, and this game is tied.
Everybody's hugging.
We go to overtime, and the Dolphins win the toss. Henne, 3 plays in overtime. Looks for Devon Bess, and Michael Griffin picks it. And then tack on 15 more.
That's a bad call.
Because Greg Camarillo hits down Griffin when it's assumed that it's ruled that Griffin would already given himself up.
Yeah, but nobody touched him. It was not even a hard hit.
So the Titans get the ball on the 27-yard line, and then 4 plays later, it's
Barone.
He's got the knack. 46 yards, and the Titans, once 0-6, are now 7-7, and the Dolphins had an opportunity on this day to go 8-6. Instead, they are now 7-7, 2 games behind the New England Patriots, who all they have to do is win at home against Jacksonville next week, and they wrap up the AFC East and a home playoff game in the wild card round. They still have an outside chance at the bye week. The Titans, however, still very much alive. They're back at 7-7. Their next game can be seen right here on NFL Network, Christmas night against the San Diego Chargers.
I love most, man.
Very much so.
Take any questions?
2 7-7 teams, Dolphins and Texans, facing one another in must-win territory in the place where the Super Bowl and Pro Bowl will be played this year.
Yep.
First quarter, Matt Schaub with the Texans already up 3-0 to Jacoby Jones.
This team can throw the football.
And he can run with the ball after the catch.
And then 4 plays later, the man who played his college ball in this city, the man who will be named to the Pro Bowl on our Pro Bowl selection show on Tuesday at 7 Eastern right here on NFL Network. Bust through. That would be Andre Johnson.
He's as good as they come.
Back-to-back seasons of 1,500 yards, only Marvin Harrison was the other man to do that.
Wow.
Second quarter, Schaub to Jacoby Jones. How did he get so wide open?
Now watch what he does when he gets the ball. He's also a returner coach, so you would not tackle him in open field one-on-one.
Well, I looked up when we were watching that game midway through that. I thought it was a punt return, actually.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't know what
17-0.
that is.
What is that?
I don't know.
17-0 after a Brian Cushing interception. Here's Arian Foster busting through. 24-0. Dolphins need this game. They need this game. They're at home. They're at home next week, too. They're the only 7-7 team at home.
Fired up,
left.
Jason
says, let's go, let's go.
306 total yards for Houston and 107 for Miami in the first half. Second half, 27 3-ers. Ricky Williams who left the game later in the drive with a shoulder injury. 11 yards to the Texans, 32. 5 plays later, it's time for the Wild Pat.
Wild Pat, all right.
Pat White to Lex Hilliard.
They've not been doing this much the last month. Bring it back.
17-point deficit now. That's your score. 2 Texans possessions later. Schaub to Chris Brown. And ball comes loose. But the play's ruled incomplete on the field. And Ron Winter, the referee, got on the
1, 2, 3. How many steps do you get?
Well, he got on the PA and said that the play couldn't be reviewed because it was ruled incomplete on the field. That's all the animosity rule that you're supposed to be able to do. So the Texans forced a punt. Ensuing Dolphins possession is making it a 10-point game, except for the fact here's that man Ron Winter again.
No, Ron, come on!
Tripping on Lusaka Polite. Your thoughts?
Good call. You can't bring those legs up.
You got them.
So the Dolphins are forced to punt. Take those points off the board. They need them later. 27-10, still your score. Chad Henne to Ted Ginn again. This one counts.
Nice protection. Way to go up. Play tall.
33-yard gain. Michigan and Ohio State hooking up right there. 2 plays later. Henne to Devon Bess.
Back shoulder throw.
That's tough to cover.
We need to see that again.
That's tough to cover.
The corner doesn't even see it.
He's definitely emerging as a playmaker.
Yeah, he is.
3 plays later, it's Henne to Lex Hilliard. And it's a 10-point game.
All right, now we have a ball game.
9 minutes to go. That's your score. 3:18 to go. Henne to Greg Camarillo.
Nice throw and catch.
4 plays later, 4th and 4. Tony Sperano's going to take the points when he can get it. Dan Carpenter from 38 yards away. It's good. Miami's out of timeout, so they have to go on sides, right, Steve? There's no other choice. That's it. 2:30 to go.
What do you think?
Go on sides. Just make sure you get the ball.
Great block. Got the big bounce and well kicked.
Oh, great blocking.
Texans are now 8-7.
Good hands team.
What would their season have been if they beat the Colts? So despite a midseason stumble that included a 5-game losing streak, the Pittsburgh Steelers still were alive and having a chance to make the playoffs as 9-7, taking on a Miami Dolphins team that needed to win and get a whole lot of help. And this didn't help the Dolphin effort with Mike Wallace and a 54-yard pass strike from Ben Roethlisberger. The Steelers led this game 17-10 at the half. Chad Henne had an eye injury, so he comes out, and Pat White comes in.
Well, Pat, tuck it. Do what you do.
36, he picks it up.
They needed to see this kid play a little quarterback.
But he could not move the chains any further after that. They forced a punt, and then Rashard Mendenhall does
nice feet.
What he does.
He's physical, coach.
This team gets in the playoffs. It's dangerous. They've just beaten Baltimore and Green Bay.
That's what Lamar Woodley said, too. You're talking like a Michigan man now, Steve. Look out. 2 plays later, Heath Miller, touchdown. Steelers up 24-10. Dolphins next possession in need of points in a hurry with 2 and change left in the half. And
Throw it away. Oh!
Gets hit by Ike Taylor, helmet on helmet.
Oh, he's asleep.
And you can see everybody's calling for the trainer immediately.
He's asleep right there. He's asleep.
Probably knocked out before he hits the turf.
Praying for you, young fella.
Just a concussion.
Hey, they slide in the pros, man.
So Tyler, I should say just a concussion, but it's not anything worse than that. Tyler Thigpen comes in the game, the 3rd emergency quarterback. They needed to break the glass on that. In the 4th quarter, he could come in anyway. But Brian Hartline runs it in to make it a 27-17 game. Dolphins get the ball back. Tyler Thigpen, everybody.
He gives them a spark. Look at this. Wide open.
That's the go-to man.
Evan Best.
To Devon Bess, and Mike Tomlin's watching the Dolphins come back on him, slipping away. It's just a 3-point game. And then 3 plays later, Roethlisberger sacked, balls loose. Former Steeler Joey Porter, Peasy jumps on top of it.
Momentum mammal.
That's right, momentum mammal. That's very alliterative of you, Steve.
Thank you.
2 plays later, Tyler Thigpen, everybody. Don't go there. Ryan Clark with the pick. It's the Steelers' first interception by a cornerback all year long.
Absurd. But guess what? Here goes the second.
Yep. Ike Taylor seals the deal as the Steelers hold on for dear life. But life they did have leaving South Florida.